I think that it is a very sad but rarely talked about emotional issue. And that is when you have learned, or when you have by default came to a place where you always go through things alone. Emotional things, the processing, the crying, the confusion, the anger, whatever it is. We have become so accustomed to processing things this way that I think sometimes we forget that this is actually not how it's supposed to be. We're not meant to go through every single thing alone. And I say that from 100% pure experience, in the sense that even now I have not one single person in my life who I can go to and say, hey, can you help me carry some of this emotional load? Like, it's really heavy right now. I don't have a single person that can do that or does that. And I'm trying to figure out how we get to that place or how we end up there. Mine's a little blurry because I spent 4.5 years in prison. So I was in isolation. Obviously, I didn't have, close friends or family there. So I guess I adopted it maybe there. But I also want to say that I was pretty much doing that anyways before. Maybe just not at 100%. Maybe it was like 80% that I was doing it. And like now, it feels like the normal, like it feels like that's just, it would be weird to do it any other way. Like to cry on someone's shoulder, or try to explain someone like the confusion that's going on in your brain about a certain situation, or for someone to understand why you're mad when they think it's ridiculous that you're mad. Like I can't imagine someone A, caring enough, or B, taking the time to be understanding enough to help me with that. And I think that it's just not talked about enough, because the non-deep feelers or the non-deep processors can't really, I guess, imagine the weight of that. Like, most people are surface level. If you're only carrying surface level burdens, it's not really that heavy, even if you have to do it alone. But when you're a deep feeler, this shit gets heavy. Real heavy. And it's just like this mixture of they don't care and they wouldn't take the time to understand if they did care. So like just mix all that together into a cocktail of like, yeah, I'd rather not unload any of this onto you. You know, like I'll just keep it to myself. I'll do it alone. Gladly. And I think that's really sad to be that way. And every time I do it, sometimes when I'm going through something, like I'll cry extra, like I'll shed extra tears for the fact that this is yet another deeply emotionally wounding, emotionally painful situation that I have to go through alone. Like I cry extra about the fact that I'm having to do it alone again, even though I'm used to it, even though I know that it's not supposed to be this way or whatever, you know, like I still, like I cry like almost like a yearning or whatever for just to have someone sit beside you and be able to hold your truth and not, you know, break under the pressure. You know, it's just hard to find people like that. You know, because it is a lot. Like, the way that I think, the way I feel, where my mind goes, the depths that I go beyond surface level is crazy. So, like, I understand, like, whatever I'm carrying or going through at the time is deeper than what most people, they'll never go that deep in their entire life, and I do it every day. But I understand that would be hard or uncomfortable, you know. I just feel like if you love someone, that you would try, or like, isn't it like, you know, like building muscle, like, you know, like you might suck at first, but like you keep exposing yourself to it and like working out and like you get stronger. I don't know if it works like that, but I don't know. I know, don't go looking for yourself inside of somebody else, but I just know, like, if it was me, like, I would take the time to try to meet them where they were so I could help them carry that emotional load, you know. Like, I would put in the effort to try, and I would keep trying, because I wouldn't want them to have to go through that alone.